Hey guys, welcome back to Java for Beginners. We are now on episode 6. I hope you've been enjoying the series so far, and if you have, please make sure to click the thumbs up button and the subscribe button. I really appreciate your support. This episode is going to be all about operators in Java. We've already met a few, so this shouldn't be a super long video. This should be quite a quick one, and I'm going to show you some nice shorthands to do with the operators. So let's get started. So before we get started, let's do a brief refresher on what operators are, because believe it or not, you've already met them. An operator is simply a mathematical operation, hence the name operators. So we've already met plus, we've met, let's do minus, we've met times, which is an asterisk, and we've got divide, which is a /. But there's also another one called modulus. The modulo operation, abbreviated to mod, or a percentage sign, so it looks like this, is in many programming languages. It's essentially the remainder when dividing. So for example, if you did 5 modulus 3, you would get 2, because 2 is a remainder when you divide 5 by 3. So literally these are the operators, and to use them you can use them as expressions that we've seen. So if we created a variable called integer, and let's call this my integer, a variable of type integer and we can do 5 plus 6. So this itself is an operator. We could also do 5 minus 6, and we can do 5 times 6. But we can also do, let's do the example that we provided. We can also do 5 modulus 3, and if we printed out the value of that, notice here we get 2, because that is a remainder. So essentially these are our operators. Now remember how I said there's some cool shorthands? Well, let's say we did something like this. Let's say we had a variable and we've assigned it with the number 2, okay? And then we did my integer equals, maybe we want to increment it by 1, or maybe by 2 again. So then we'd probably do my integer equals my integer plus 2, which would be equal to 4, because it takes the value it already is and adds 2 to it, right? We could keep going. We could do my integer equals my integer plus 3. Okay, so now this has done 2. Now it's done 2 plus 2, which is 4. And now it's doing 4 plus 3, which is 7. And you'll see that now because we can rerun this and we've got 7, right? But there's a shorthand of doing this, and that's simply plus equals. So this is the same as writing this. See that there? So if we commented, let's comment this line out, and on IntelliJ you can use the command / and it will convert this line into a comment. So for example, we can highlight this and command / there you go, let's create a comment. So now we are expecting the number 4 because we've done 2, and remember this line over here on line 7 is equivalent to doing this. So this will do the existing value plus 2. So let's run that, and there you have it, we've got 4. Now this is a great shorthand to use because it avoids kind of unnecessary repetition, and this applies for all of the above operators. So we can do my integer minus equals 2, which basically will put it back to this value over here because we got to 4 here. Now we're taking away 2 from the value. You can do my integer times equals 2, which will times the value of it at that point in time by 2. We can do my integer / equals 2, which will divide itself by 2. And finally, we have modulus equals 2, which will do the remainder when dividing by 2. So literally this was a nice and quick episode where we just understand what operators are in Java and how they can be used. The next video, we're actually going to write our first kind of logic, and or if you'd like some business logic, some business code. And we're going to be looking into conditional statements. Now, this is where we start getting closer to building some nice functional Java applications. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a nice, quick and short one. Have a great rest of your day. Keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.